No contact. Do they miss me? Tarot card reading. Today's pick a card tarot card reading. Do they miss you right now? Welcome to Hope Tarot Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. I live in a little seaside town and I absolutely love reading tarot for you. I've got 3 pick a card tarot card readings for you today. We're looking at the question, do they miss you? There's been no contact between you both. Are they missing you right now? I've got pick a card reading number 1, tarot card reading number 2, tarot reading number 3. All the timestamps are down below. In a moment, I'm going to do a card selection meditation so that your energy and your intuition can be opened up and drawn towards the tarot deck that has a message here for you today. Personal readings are all available from my website. The links are all in the description. The decks that I use are listed on my website as well, so all of that's there. Let's do a card selection meditation. Are they missing you right now? There's been no contact. What's going on? Energy update. If you'd like to push all of the air out of your lungs, take a nice normal breath back in again. Close your eyes and put yourself in the most beautiful fairy forest. There's tiny little mushrooms, there's tiny little flowers, there's wildflowers, there's the smells of moss. You can see little fairies darting around in the distance. You're feeling happy, you can hear music, you can hear the flute, you can hear violins. You can hear a nice little party going on somewhere in this forest. So you're going to walk through, follow the path through. You can see a nice little seat. So you go and sit on it. The trees are welcoming you in. You're feeling at peace. You feel all of your problems and all of your concerns just being dragged out of your shoulders, drifting from your shoulders, being soaked up by the leaves on the trees. You feel protected, you feel safe, you feel like anything is possible. As you open your eyes, your energy should be drawn towards the tarot deck that has a message here for you today. There's been no contact. What is going on? Are they missing you? Are they going to reach out? Are they going to do all of the things? We want to know everything in today's pick a card tarot card reading. I've got pick a card read number 1, pick a card read number 2, pick a card read number 3. You can help support this channel for free by liking and subscribing. It's as easy as that. I don't have a Patreon and I don't have a membership. I want to keep this channel free for everyone to access. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Personal readings are available from my website, hopetarot-daily.co.uk. My diary opens on a Monday and it's first come, first served, so book early in the week if you're hoping to get a reading. Don't forget how strong you are. Your pick a card tarot card reading. I've already put the deck out of the way, but energy was drawn towards the white crystal, which is all about clarity, focus. Can never remember the word for it, so let me know. We're looking at your no contact, no party. God, have you been following what's going on in the English government at the moment? They're having parties left, right and centre. Anyway, let's not talk about politics. This is a timeless reading. It's relevant from the moment you come into contact with it. First of all, I'm going to pull some Zodiac charms to get you extra connection to the reading. We're looking at your no contact. Are they missing you? Are you on their mind? Have they been thinking about you? Do they want to reach out? All of the energy. I want to know all of the things. So for the circle of protection, I want the charms to give you a couple of Zodiacs to let you know this is a reading here for you today. Okay, let's have a look. Put that over there. We have Cancer. We have a Sagittarius. And we have an Aquarius. So that may feature heavily in one of your birth charts. And also within a circle of protection, I'm going to ask the charms to give you insight that this is a reading here for you to do. You signs and symbols that it's a reading here for you today, and me insight into your situation, your no contact situation. I want an energy update. I want to know all of the things. Okay. So we have an E, and maybe someone's name, maybe a place name, a road name, a job title. We have the sunshine. You are their sunshine. That's nice. We have a folklore knotted cross, knotted knot, Celtic knot. That's what I'm looking for. For me, it reminds me of a folklore marriage. We have an A. We have a Y. So the Y's to me can be yes, it can be the word Y, or it can be an initial. We have a gun. They make me nervous. I'm British. Although with the royal family, they kind of fit. We have a gun. It looks like a Western, Wild West. And we have the British monarchy crown. Reminds me of Queen Elizabeth. And why I said like the guns and the royal family fit, I don't mean like they all go wearing guns and get shot and stuff. I mean they go like hunting, don't they? Game hunting, pheasants and clay pigeon shooting and things like that. We have tiny little footprints. That's nice. Footprints in the sand, that reminds me of. We have a star. And we have faith as well with a cross. Someone may be heavily tattooed, or wanting to be, or always thinks I'm going to get a tattoo but doesn't quite do it, because we've got a star, we've got a cross, we've got a crown, we've got a gun. And may also have a gun tattoo. That would be a bit weird, but you know, the sun, the moon and the stars are in my head. I don't know why. I'm gonna pull a connection spread between you both. Start there. I want to know what's going on in your no contact situation. How are you feeling? How are they feeling? Are they missing you? What's all of the things? If any of the charms mean anything to you straight away, let me know in the comments. I'm really interested in symbolism and how the universe has these little signs for us. I'm going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons, most importantly 4 angels, offering us a circle of protection, so we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and an open mind. So this is you, Queen of Cups. That's nice. This side is you. This side is them. Yeah, what's going on for them then? Down the middle is the connecting energy. Connecting energy is still here, but what on earth? What on earth? I think I'm going to go further future as well, actually. Going 2 for there. I used to do this all the time. I don't really do that much anymore. So, let's go old school. Just trying to find somewhere to put the deck out of the way. I'm going to talk through the spread and then we'll see what's what. So you've recently had the Queen of Cups. They're very naturally drawn towards you. You've got a lot of compassion for this person and you pick up on their energy quite a lot anyway. They had the Hierophant card. I don't know if this person's married or has been married, or that's, you know, the page that you two were on. So if you're on the route to get married or actually being married, like what on earth happened? But then there may be a marriage on their side for them in some way. They may be divorced, they may be committed, they may be, I don't know. The word marriage is in my head. You'll know what that means for you. So the 3 of Wands was in between you both recently. So I don't know how far ago you haven't been in contact, but it feels like there's been a bit of a flow of energy between you both. It feels like a sharing of knowledge. It feels like you two have been in like a separation for a while and it's quite an ongoing thing. But it feels like you've recently shared communication with one another. But I don't know how recent. Maybe over the last few weeks, but now it's slipped back into the no contact again. And it feels like that communication that you both had was a bit of an update. You updated them with where you're at and they updated you with things that were going on for them. And it feels like an information sharing communication, a bit of a catch up, a bit of a, yeah, And I think it was a little bit of a hope that it would get back on track again from that, but it faded out again. That's what I'm picking up anyway. So you've got the Knight of Cups reversed for them at the moment, which feels like you feeling all the paths are shut here at the moment. And it feels confusing, and it feels like, well, why do they come in and say all of the things and then just shut me off again? And by all of the things, I mean, why do they come in and tell you how wonderful you are? Because you are wonderful, and they do think that. And it feels like all of the things that they've said to you that are nice, they mean all of that. So then why do they shut down again? Why is this a bit of a thing for them if they come in, they say that they open up and then close it again? They've got the King of Swords reversed at the moment, which is just a closing off of energy. That's what I'm picking up with that. The King of Swords has different meanings when it's reversed, but what I'm picking up is just them closing off there, and they're quite brutal with it, to be honest, and it feels quite harsh, and it feels bewildering when they go into it, and especially this no contact phase feels different in a way, or it feels harsher because what I'm picking up is that the communication that happened between you both not that long ago could well have been the start of something new and something fresh and putting the past behind you, but it feels like they've turned on a dime and they've cut you off again, and that feels like that hurts. I'm picking up a lot of pain, and it could be pain for them as well, but I think I'm picking up on your sense of bewilderment, like, why do they keep doing this then? What is it? Because you know that you mean a lot to them, and you know that you've got chemistry with each other. So why do they shut you off? Why do they? And this time it does feel brutal. This time it does feel like there's a sting to it. This time it does feel like a door being slammed in your face, and and it hurts. Right, let's not get emotional. So we've got the Seven of Cups in between you both, which is a lot of confusion. There's so many options here. There's so much that you could have together, but there's a lot of confusion. It's almost like they don't want to pick one. They don't want to pick one, and it feels like they turn their back on it instead. They're quite stubborn. So they're moving on to the Queen of Swords reversed. If they're not attached to anyone else, I would say the Queen of Swords reversed has come out because there's not a second King of Swords in the deck. I think it would just be a reflection of that, unless you know that there's someone connected with them. Otherwise, I'm reading it as in the near future, the way they are right now is how they're going to carry on being. And again, it feels painful. It feels like, well, how can they do this to you? How can they treat you like this? Because there does feel there's genuine feelings here. So why do they do this? What are they getting out of it? In between you both at that point is the Ten of Cups reversed, and then the Judgment first reversed for you. So the Ten of Cups reversed again is that shutting down, that even if you try to reach out to them, they'd probably ignore you, and it feels like they're stuck, and they're like, this is what I've decided, so this is what I'm doing, even though it's hurting both of you, and it's really hurting you. And they say that they love you, and they say that they care about you, and they do. I do think they do. But do they not realise the pain they're putting you through? I don't know, do they? I don't know. The Judgment card reversed for you at that point is feeling like this just isn't going anywhere. Feeling like it's not getting any better. Feeling like it could be everything, but they're not letting it. And it's frustrating, to be honest. You're moving on to the Death card, which is a transformation and a change for you, which is really nice to see. They're moving on to the Sun. And then the Magician is in between you both. And it feels like, again, a communication between you both. But not in the near future, further future. And they come in, and we've got the Sun, and we've got the Sun now, and it feels like if they've ever said to you, you are my sunshine, or I'm drawn to you, and you know, it feels like they're going to come back in again and say all of the things again. But something's going to shift in you, you know, with the death card there, because your death card's being followed up by the 9 of Swords, which is stress to do with this. So even though they come in and say all of the right things, it feels like a shift for you of this, yeah, but are you just going to cut me off again? And it feels like something moves in you of, you can keep saying it, but you keep hurting me, and I don't want you to keep hurting me. And the Magician in between you both is like an awareness, bringing an awareness. Because they are being so stubborn. They're just being so stubborn. And I want to throttle them. I do. Because there's feelings here. You're moving on to the 9 of Swords, as I said, which is about stress, sleepless nights, worry. And then moving on to the 7 of Pentacles, which is reaping what they sow. And maybe it's the consequences of their actions. And the Fool's between you both. And the Fool is one step behind the Magician, so it's almost like a bit of a fresh start. But I think you're going to move into this space of you don't know if you want it or not. You don't know if you want to put up with it or not. Because the swords are coming from their side. And it does feel like it's the swords that cause you all of the pain. And it's the swords that plunge you into darkness. And it's the swords that hurt you and sting you and are quite brutal when this person turns their back on you. And with the 7 of Pentacles for them, it feels like them reaping what they sow. They've come in and they say all of the things that they mean, but then they hurt you by distancing themselves or rejecting it and sitting in this place of, I'm not looking at it, I'm not dealing with it. And you slip into this place of feeling really hurt, and then feeling, when they do come back around, which is going to take a while this time for them to come back around again, they're not really going to acknowledge how much pain they leave you in when they go quiet on you. And I've got a feeling that's what's going to shift for you, them not acknowledging that. Because it feels like they come back in again, and they come in and they say the things, and they say the most nicest things, and I do think they mean them, but you're going to probably say, do you realise how much you hurt me? And they're going to brush it off and brush over it because they don't want to think about the fact that they hurt you. Because in their head, I do think in their head, this is quite, the connection's a perfect connection, but it's not, because the way they treat you, they're ruining it. They're ruining it. And how many times how many swords are you going to have dug in you before you say, I can't take this pain anymore, you're just hurting me too much? Do they miss you? Right now, they're being very stubborn. They're refusing to think about you. In the near future, they're going to be refusing to think about you. And then, boom, they can't. It comes back in and hits them again. Maybe a month, 2 months. It feels like this silence now is going to be longer than any silence before. I'm going to do a 9-card spread to see. No, actually, I think I'm going to do a Celtic cross. See what comes up. They don't want to hear that they hurt you. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to be accountable for the negative things that they do. They only want to look at the good things. And they only want to talk about the good things. So when they come in and they say all of the lovely things, they don't want to talk about anything else. The Emperor, they're very stubborn. Very, very stubborn and passionate. When they want what they want, and they want it when they want it. And then the 9 of Swords, they come rushing back in again. They see you as a bit of a prize, and they only want to talk about the good things, and they want to sweep the rest. They don't even want to know that they hurt you. Because if they know that they hurt you, then they have to be responsible for what they do, and it feels like they don't want that responsibility. What's around you at the moment, a bit of a tower moment. And it all comes from this. I do think this would have been a double King of Swords reversed here. And I think the Death card in the Tower is for you. It's that moment of, here they come back, and here they're coming to say the nice things again, but they've left you in silence for quite a while, a little bit too long, and there's going to be a refusal to talk about anything negative. They're like, I'm here. Like, can't we just enjoy each other while I'm here? And it doesn't work like that when someone's hurt you that much. Because ignoring the fact that they've hurt you hurts even more, because then it's a denying of your feelings, and your feelings should be validated. If you say to someone, you really hurt me, they should listen. They should take that on board. They should understand why you're hurting and how they hurt you. And then they should apologise once they have that full understanding. And sometimes people say sorry to shut you up. I don't think they'd even say sorry. It's almost a feeling of you saying you really hurt me, and them saying, oh, can't we just enjoy each other? Can't we just enjoy it? Like, they won't even, they don't know the word sorry, I don't think. Let alone the meaning of it. You mustn't have feelings. It feels like you must not have any feelings. You're not allowed to feel hurt. It feels like they don't let you feel hurt while you're crumbling, and it hurts a lot. It feels quite brutal. It does feel brutal. But then that the nice things they say, they mean those nice things. But then you have to remember, they mean the silence as well. The times they cut you off, they also mean that. When they cut you off, they're doing that. They're doing that. That's coming from them. They're choosing to do that. So, when we know that someone is saying all of the nice things and they genuinely mean it, it's very easy then to hold on to that as a life raft, to excuse when they make you feel terrible. And then I'd say, so if you had an apple pie, I don't know why an apple pie is in my head. I may need some dinner in a minute, but yeah, an apple pie, if you divided that up into sections of, this is the amount of apple pie that they're nice and it feels great, and this is the amount of the apple pie that it hurts a lot, and you're not allowed to tell them that it hurts because they only want to come in and enjoy the nice bit. They're still choosing to turn their back on you. They're still choosing to ignore you. And you have to hold them accountable. You do. But it's very hard to look at it all in a big picture, because they genuinely mean the nice things that they say when they're prepared to say them. And they genuinely mean it when they say, can we just enjoy each other? Do we have to talk about that again? Can't we just forget about it? They mean that. They do. They mean that they want to come in and they want to enjoy it. But that doesn't take away how much they've hurt you. And even now, you see the best in them. I think you see a lot of good in them. I see good in them, but I also see a lot of dismissiveness of your feelings. I don't like that. I don't like how brutal it feels. I don't like how painful it feels. And I don't like them not acknowledging that. So what do you do? And I think that's why your energy is going to shift towards this, and they're going to reap what they sow, because there's going to be a point where they come in to enjoy you and they can't enjoy you because they ruined it. And it's them that ruined it, not you. Them. By how they treated you. Because how can you just enjoy the nice bits if it means you've got to leave your feelings at the door and not get hurt? That's not love. Even though this is a love connection and they've got a lot of love for you, they can't keep hurting you the way that they do. The Hierophant card. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's that deep connection that you do both have, and it comes from them, and it's that feels painful as much as it brings you both together and it puts you both under the same umbrella. It also feels very painful. The Three of Pentacles is behind you. Their chance of working as a team with you is kind of in the past. The more they do this, the further away you're going to drift. Because you can't, can you? You can't. The Page of Pentacles, a learning opportunity for you to come. The Ten of Cups, are you ever going to be a truly happy, committed couple? That's the secret question. The Ten of Cups is reversed here. So if this reading resonates, maybe watch it again, because when I layer the reading up. If you want to claim the reading, put a like on the video. If you want to support the channel, put a like on the video. If you want to subscribe and turn your notifications on, it really does help get my channel into the algorithm. Been here 2 years now. I don't like self-promotion, but apparently it's something I maybe should do every once in a while. But I do upload all day, every day, so you may not want to subscribe. Just remember Hope Tarot Daily. Come and check back every now and again. Yeah. So that's my little bit of self-promotion. We have the Ten of Cups reversed under here. It's, can you ever get it to the point where it's a mutual respect? I think that's what, mutual respect. A mutual committed connection where they don't just shut you out. Timing on this is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, they're one day, you know, they're gonna come in to enjoy you, and there's gonna be nothing left to enjoy. Don't lose yourself for the sake of this person. The Page of Wands. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. It's going to take you hard work, you know, to truly disconnect. I don't know if you want to disconnect, because they do mean, when they say all of the nice things, they mean all of the nice things. But at some point, they're going to come in and they're going to they would have ruined everything that they had here. I do see something new and fresh for you. And I do see learning opportunity here, promotion opportunity here, but it takes you having to put yourself first. With the Page of Wands, it's time for you to be loyal to you. And the Eight of Pentacles is one step ahead of their Seven of Pentacles. And if you put your energy into something that you're naturally good at, you'll probably get more benefits out of that than you are going to get out of this connection. Because it does feel like you're the one that has to do all the work here. Why should you have to do all the work when they're doing all the damage? It's like they do all the damage, and you're there with the poly filler and the plaster and plastering over it and sealing up the damage that they're doing, and putting a smile on so that they can enjoy the good times. But they're not there for the bad times that they cause. And if they were there, you probably wouldn't be going through that pain, you know. It's going to take you hard work to pull out of this. And I don't think you're ready to pull out of this. But it's going to take them a lot of hard work to undo all the damage they've done. Because they're in this place of being really stubborn. So while they're being really stubborn, be really loyal to yourself, and take a Tower moment and the Death moment of resetting you and your path, so that, you know, especially with the Nine of Wands, so that when they come in and they do the things and they say the things, you know there's going to be a point where they shut out again. Put your walls up a bit, don't let them in so quick, so that it don't hurt so much. But I do think you're going to disconnect from this, and you probably don't want to hear that. I'm going to pull an Alice Oracle card. Personal readings are available from my website, but if this resonates, you don't need one. A moment of regret, nostalgia, idolising the past, fearing you've made a mistake. You've not made a mistake at all. And I think that sums up why you see the best in this person. Because they do mean the nice things that they say, they do mean them, and you do have a nice time together when they're open to it. But especially now, it feels like they're shut off more than any time before. And it's the nostalgia of this that keeps you there, in the hope that, are they going to come back in again? And this time they're going to come in and say all of the things and mean all of the things and stay. But then I think, well, even if they do that, if they don't acknowledge the pain that they've put you through, does that mean that you're then going to be in a relationship where you've got to have a smile on and you've got to enjoy it, and you've got to sit in the bathroom on your own and sit on the floor and cry in secret, and every time something happens because you don't dare tell them because you don't want them to go again? And that feels like a very unfair balance, and I really want you to have a think about that. But I think there's only so many times this person can emotionally hurt you, and they're going to reap what they sow. There's going to be a point where they come back in again and it's all going to be ruined and it's their own fault. What can you do? I wish I had I wish I had better news for you. But with the Eight of Pentacles, if you've got natural born talent, you need to be making the most of that. Build yourself back up again, work on your confidence and put yourself at the top of the list. Don't drop everything for this person, ever. You know. So I'm going to end reading here. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so that your angels can take you on your way. If you see purple hearts on my channel, there are other people that make it right to the end of a reading. So if you know, you know. You're now in a little secret gang. I will see you soon. You can help support this channel for free by liking and subscribing. It's as easy as that. I don't have a Patreon and I don't have a membership. I want to keep this channel free for everyone to access. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Personal readings are available from my website, hopetarot-daily.co.uk. My diary opens on a Monday and it's first come, first served, so book early in the week if you're hoping to get a reading. Don't forget how strong you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. To your pick a card tarot card reading. No contact situation. Are they missing you? All of the things. We want to know everything. Your energy was drawn towards the amethyst and the tarot deck I've already just put out of the way. So the amethyst is all about healing, centering yourself, all of these really nice things. I'm going to start by pulling some charms with zodiac signs on. So in a circle of protection, I want the charms to give you connection with the reading. Let's have a look. We have a Scorpio. I'm going to put them all over here. We have an Aquarius. And we have a Gemini. So that's nice. I'm going to put them over there. And within a circle of protection, I want the charms to give you direct connection with the reading. Me, insight into your situation. We want to know, are they going to reach out? Are they not going to reach out? What's all going on? What's all of it all about? All of the things. We want to know everything today, please. Thank you. Something just went off somewhere. I think it was this little thing, wasn't it? It's a feather. It reminds me of a feather, but I suppose it could be a leaf. But to me, it reminds me of an angel's feather. So for it to float off makes total sense. We have a unicorn. That's nice. We have an M. Maybe someone's initial. Maybe a road name, place name. We have a tree. On this tree, it's got the bare bones. So it's got the skeleton of the tree. It's got a few little leaves or buds coming, but there's no real roots. There's no real strong trunk. It's like the ideas of it, the little signs of life to the tree. We have a bicycle. Someone's very active. Likes to keep fit. We have a K. Someone may have recently had their bike stolen. Don't know why that's in my head, but there we go. We have a faith cross. Someone may have a tattoo. We have a heart, a little white heart. Someone's got a very pure heart. We have a golden bell, wedding bells. We have a star. Reminds me of navigation. That's the word that's come into my head with this star. Sometimes the word tattoo comes in, but no, navigation. And we have a H. I don't know why the word compass, navigation, plotting something on a map, travel, movement. Someone may actually go cycling for miles and miles and miles, like a ridiculous amount, like the kind of amount that if you told someone that's how far they went, you wouldn't believe them. You'd be like, no, that's not true. You know, if something like marathon, I don't know. So I'm going to do a connection spread between you both. I want to know why there's no communication. Are they missing you? What's going on? Are they going to reach out? Are they thinking about you? All of the things. I'm going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons, most importantly for angels, offering us a circle of protection so we can give and receive all of these messages with an open mind, an open heart and an open mind. Down this side is you. Down the far side is them. Down the middle is the connecting energy. And then we go 2 forward, 2 forward, 2 forward. Because I'm being nosy, I want to see further forward. So you've recently had the 4 of Pentacles. You've been very sure about how you feel about this person. And they've had the 10 of Cups reversed, not allowing this connection to be what it should be. In between, you're both at that point with the 10 of Wands, all of the responsibility. It feels like you were doing all of the things to keep it together and they were doing all of the things to not keep it together. It feels like the universe was saying to them, you two are together, and they're like, no, we're not. What's that about? Why? But you've been quite stubborn in the fact that I still like this person. I'm waiting here for them. I'm waiting for them to come back. I'm waiting for them to give in. I'm waiting for them to listen. I'm waiting for them to come here and come and claim me. You haven't given up on this, even in recent past, but right now. The Hermit reversed is a bit of a disconnect between you both, which is just clarifying the question of the reading. They've got the 8 of Cups. They're off on an adventure. There is some kind of adventure here. I don't know what it is, but there's something with the cycle, with the navigation, the plotting on a map, the travelling a ridiculous amount of distance. And it's such a thing that they'd tell someone and you'd be like, no, that can't be true. That's not possible. I don't know if it's the amount of distance physically between you both, or they're off on some like little journey like Lords of the Rings. You know, if you watch Lord of the Rings back to back, it's just one really long walk where lots of different things happen along the way. It feels like they're off on an adventure. I don't know if they're cycling around the world or running marathons or traveling or not travel. Maybe they're a gamer. I don't know. It's something. You're going, yeah, I know what that is. Move on. Okay, you know what that is. I'll move on. The Ace of Wands is still in between you both. You've still got the hope, but does feel like a disconnect. Part of you's like, oh, once they come back from their adventure, they're coming back again. Are they though? Are they? Shall we see? So the world. Yeah, once they've been out and explored the world. I don't know what it is. It's bugging me. I've got all these different like images in my head. There was this BBC program ages and ages ago of Ewan McGregor, you know, the actor that was in Moulin Rouge, and he had a motorbike, and him and his friend Charlie, like, were motorbiking through Africa and from one continent to another and going on these crazy adventures. It's something like that. There's something, I don't know what it is. You have to let me know. If you don't want to put it in the comments, email me, because I'm genuinely interested. Like, what is it that And it doesn't feel like they're running. It doesn't feel like they're running away. It just feels like they're off on an adventure. That's a really long one that if they told me about, I'd go, yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, no. That's a tale you tell in a pub that everyone's nodding along and no one believes. But it's so outrageous, it's true. Yeah, what is it? Maybe they've just got an exercise bike and they pedal quite a lot every day. I don't know. You know. You're like probably giggling, getting, I know exactly what it is. Can you please move along? All right, yeah, I'm just stuck because I don't know what it is. The Eight of Pentacles reversed for them is like having a big old rest. Probably having a big old rest. Like, yeah, been on the fence. I'm absolutely worn out now. And the devil is sat between you both at that point. All the sexual tension is still there. I'm just sat here smiling. Yeah. Just like, you're like, well, now they've been around the world, they need to come back to me. And it kind of feels like, they've gone on this massive adventure and then they've made it back to like where they live, but not quite to where they live. They've made it back to the end of their road and they're just like laid out on the road, or they're laid out in a garden because they don't have the energy to put the key in the door and go through the door and go and get into bed and sleep it off. It feels like they've put all of this effort into this big old adventure and they've got over the finishing line and they've done all of the things, but they can't quite make it to go and get in a long hot bath or in a bed. They don't have enough energy left to make it to that last little bit. And this is probably the weirdest reading I've had for a while with all the things I'm picking up, but I'm telling you everything I'm seeing and everything I'm feeling, and that won't make any sense to the people who's not this reading for. But it does feel like you're going to be saying to them or expecting them, right, well, they're back from their adventure. Now we're going to unite and now we're going to do the things. And I just don't have the energy. And you're going to look at them and think, so you had all of the energy for all of this, but you don't have the energy for us. You don't have the energy left for making us work. It's almost like when you're in a bedroom together, they don't have the energy to put the effort in. They expect you to do it, and you look at them and think, you're normally a jumping bean, why don't you have any energy for this? And it's not that they don't find you attractive or anything like that, it's just they've exhausted themselves doing whatever it is they're doing. Do they hang around in the gym a lot? I don't think it's something that's stagnant. I think it's something that's genuinely moving, something that they do. Like I said, they might be on an exercise bike, but I don't think so. Not unless they've got a screen in front of them and they're actually they're seeing a visual of movement. I don't know. But it feels like there's actual long distance. But maybe they're a long distance driver. And then it's like, well, can't you just go the extra mile for me, for this connection, for us? It feels like, going that extra mile's just 1 mile too many added onto the million miles they've already done. So really, what difference does an extra mile make? I'm getting frustrated. But there's nice energy. There's nice energy between you both, really. But there's a bit of, come on, put the effort into this connection if you want it. Don't just lay back and expect it all done for you, mate. If you know. So you've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. So you're moving on to this state of losing interest. Like, well, if they're not going to go the extra mile for me, why am I even bothering? And then the Knight of Pentacles is in between you both. So any kind of movement's going to be slow. And then there's the Fool for them, which is a brand new energy. Bit of a recharge. You know, they've gone in, they've managed to get up the stairs, they've managed to get into bed, they've managed to get some sleep, they've managed to get some food. And they come bounding back out again. But at that point, you're kind of lost interest because it took a little bit too long. Then they're moving on to the Page of Pentacles. There's a learning curve here for them. The Knight of Wands is in between you both. The Six of Pentacles. You're waiting for the give and take. You're waiting. Yeah, so when they're the Fool, maybe you're just going to slip into the mindset of, right, now it's your turn to do all the work. Not you, but them, like, if you want me, then you have to put the work in. And they have to make the moves, and they have to learn something here. And you're ready to receive the give and take of this, but you're not putting all the work in anymore. Because it does feel like you've put a lot of work into this while they've been off on their little adventures. And it does feel like, it feels like, well, they should put the work in here. Instead of their adventures, have a little bit of balance in their life, you know. They are going to start putting the work in. It's going to be the point when they realise that you've lost interest a bit. So it always happens like that, doesn't it? It's going to take a while though, but... And they want it. They want this connection. Right this very moment, I don't even know what they're doing. They're all over the map, all over everywhere, apart from where they're meant to be. And is it going to be too little too late? I'm going to do a 9-card spread, see what other information we can confuse me by. You'll probably get giggling longer, and I know exactly what this means. And I'm just like, I ain't got a clue, mate. Other than you're bored of doing all the work, they put all of their energy into all of the other things rather than this. Justice card reversed. The 5 of Swords reversed and the 6 of Swords reversed. Because of the half-hearted energy, you're not fighting for this no more. And it feels like a massive injustice because of the lack of balance that they have. The Empress reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Cups. The moment they realise that you've lost interest and you're not doing all the work anymore, it's going to make them sit up and think, oh goodness. 4 of Wands reversed, the 8 of Swords. And the Hangman, they've got to make a sacrifice to make this work, haven't they? Let's face that. They have to sacrifice this little adventure, whatever it is for them. They have to sacrifice that and put the energy over here. I don't know if they thought that this was just something that would grow on its own. Maybe that's why the tree doesn't have any roots on it in the charms. They just thought, oh, well, I'll plant this over here, and that'll be there when I get back. And what they don't realise is because of the lack of attention that they've paid this connection, there's no strong roots here no more. And there wasn't anyway. There is room for growth. And at the moment, you're hoping for the best, but is it going to be too little too late? You know? Is this just things that they need to get done before they can settle down? I don't know. What is going on here? Do they miss you? Not yet. Because they're busy. They're busy doing whatever they're doing. They're busy doing their ridiculous thing. And they are going to come back to this. And I think they're going to have this sense of, oh, well, why isn't this a great big oak tree yet? And it's because they haven't watered it, and they've just been laying back trying to get the rewards for whatever they're not doing. Because they're not, are they? They're not. By them behaving like this and then putting whatever this is before this connection, their adventure. I'm going to call it their adventure because it feels like their adventure, and it feels like maybe it's a life calling for them. I don't know. But what are you missing out on while you're waiting for them to finish their adventure and then recover enough to come bounding back out again? What are you missing out on? Because it feels like you're missing out. With the Empress reversed, it feels like there's a domestic upset here for you. The Ace of Cups reversed, it feels like an emotional upset for you. But the Queen of Cups, they love you. The Four of Wands reversed is marriage in the future, possibly house moves. The Knight of Wands is house moves, travel. But it's the restrictions they put around it. And there's this little adventure they need to sacrifice to actually put the energy and work in to you. So do they miss you at the moment? No, not really. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. It's just they're so consumed with whatever it is that they're consumed with. And it's not a relationship with anyone else. I don't know if they're an athlete or it's their job, or I don't know what it is. It's their thing. You know what it is. You're like shouting at me. You're going, Ashley, I know what it is. They need to make time for you. And they haven't, and they're not at the moment. They are going to get to the point where they sit there and think, well, why isn't this relationship working? Because they may even be like in their head thinking that this relationship's great. Maybe they're in the military. I don't know. They're off on their adventure. And they are going to come back from their adventure. And they are going to recover from that. And then they're going to think, right now, relationship time. And suddenly they show up. And what do you do with that? What are you missing out on while you wait? And why should you wait? Why should you wait for someone who's just going to lay there and make you do all the work anyway? Unless you like that. I suppose you might like that. Guaranteed some fun then, aren't you, if you do it yourself? Anyway. No contact because they're on an adventure. I do see a fresh start here for you both. But it has to come from them, doesn't it, this time? When this comes back around again, it can only come back around if they've finished their adventure and they are in relationship mode. If they're in relationship mode, this would be a really successful relationship because I think their adventure's going quite well. So what are you doing? What adventure are you on? Because if they're off on their adventure, what adventure are you on? Or are you just waiting? There's no reason why you can't be on an adventure right now. Because it does feel like they can come back to the tree and be wanting to put down roots with you. But where will your life be at that point? I don't know. And I think you'd be open to it eventually. But it has to come from them, doesn't it? This time around, it has to come from them. I think I'm just repeating myself now. They are going to get to a point where they want to come back and put roots down with you. I think that's obvious. And I think there's love here. And maybe the love and the connection that's here gave them the motivation to go off on this adventure. And I just want to put them on like an extendable dog lead and pull them back in again. You know, it's like you can't get connected with someone and then go off on an adventure on your own. So what adventure are you on? I bet it's not ridiculous like this feels it is. But maybe it's not ridiculous at all, but that's just what it feels like for me. Yeah. So I think this is the weirdest reading I've had for a long time. I say that quite a lot. Yeah, if you claim the read and let me know. If you want to subscribe, turn your notifications on, you can if you want. But I do upload 3 times a day, so you might not want to. But if you want to help me get into the algorithm, just put a like on the video. I've been here 2 years. I'm going to be here forever. For as long as I'm on this earth and YouTube's here, I'll be here. And I hope if this reading resonates with you, that you claim it. Let's pull some oracles. That's why I'm not ready to go yet. I'm going to pull some oracles for you. I want to know about your adventure. What adventure are you on? Well, this... Let's say moron. I don't think they're a moron. Well, this person over here is on their jolly. Whatever it is they're doing. I am really intrigued. Let me know what adventure that they're on. Career. Yeah, so this is the adventure that you should be on while you're waiting for them to come back and set down roots for you. Like, and you let go of the responsibility of this. They'll come back. You know, when I don't have a dog, I'm not a dog person, but you know, apparently you have to take them for a walk and things. And apparently there's these places called dog parks, and I'm pretty much sure that, you know, when they get hungry, they come back. Set them off the lead, let them run all the energy off, and they come back because they want to go home and have their dinner and have a sleep in front of the fire. So let go of the burden of the because it must be frustrating. Like, why aren't they communicating with me? Why are they doing this? So financial health. This is your adventure that you should be on while this person's doing whatever they're doing. Your career, lighten your load. Stop worrying and stressing about this connection. If it's meant to be, it will be. They will come back when they're hungry and they want to go to sleep and have a hot bath and they've slept it off and they're ready for a relationship and set down roots. They will. I'm just shaking my head because I'm just thinking, oh my goodness. So look after your financial health. Grieving, feeling that absence. Family, maybe that's what you're grieving. Because the thing is, like, while they're off doing this, are you missing out on having a family? Are you missing out on the things? Trusting that then, I don't think they're off with other people. I don't think that for a moment. Trusting that they're going to come back. Trusting your instincts. There's a lot of love here. But there's something you're missing out on, you know? And I think you're missing out on this family vibe and pets and dogs and things. You're like, I don't want a career anymore. We do, but you want all of the trimmings. You want the roots. You want the leaves. You want the seedlings. You want the butterflies. You want the bees. You want the garden. You want, you know, the open fire. You want all of that. And while this person is off on their little adventure, you're not getting any of that. And that's the message that I have for you. And they are going to come back at some point and want to set down roots for you, but you have to weigh up what you want. And if you want in the things that you want can't wait, then explore those things, see if that's available with somebody else. But if you want this person more than anything else, then that's a risk that you have to take. How long is it going to take? Because I don't know. And it has to come from them. And it's so frustrating because this is, on the whole, this is a beautiful connection. It's a beautiful connection. I think that's why I'm finding it so infuriating, because they're off on their little jolly doing whatever they're doing. And I don't think they realise what a beautiful connection this is and how it's very rare to have a beautiful connection like this. A lot of people would want it rather than running. They're not running away, they're just distracted. They're just doing whatever it is they're doing. They're taking it for granted a little bit, maybe because it is so beautiful and they just assume that you're always going to be there. I don't know, but it feels like you're missing out on something because of it. So you need to do what's best for you, and whatever that is, look after you. Because this person's certainly looking after what they want to do, you know. So I'm going to end reading here. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so that your angels can take you on your way. I have been really repetitive with this. It's because I just got stuck with it. Because I find it really frustrating. You know, we get the bits and pieces and it's like, yeah, but there's a little bit I'm missing. I don't know what it is, but you've got that bit. I don't have that bit. You've got the key to unlock this reading. So if you see purple hearts in my comments, there are other people that don't mind listening to my repetitive wittering. It's just one of those things. Sorry, it's just how it is. I'm a tarot reader. I have to tell you all of the things. I tell you all of the things. And then I get comments going, stop telling us all of the things. And I'm like, it's my job. I don't understand that logic, but there we go. If you would like a personal reading, I don't know why you would, but if you would, they're on my website. I'll see you soon. You can help support this channel for free by liking and subscribing. It's as easy as that. I don't have a Patreon and I don't have a membership. I want to keep this channel free for everyone to access. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Personal readings are available from my website, hopetarot-daily.co.uk. My diary opens on a Monday and it's first come, first served, so book early in the week if you're hoping to get a reading. Don't forget how strong you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Welcome to your pick a card tarot card reading. Your energy was drawn towards the Wildwood tarot deck. Put that out of the way for the moment. And this piece of jade, which means for me prosperity. Let me know what you feel jade means for you. I know that like there's all these set meanings, but for me I think it means like healing and cleansing, but prosperity, going towards something. Yeah, so I'm going to start by pulling some zodiac charms to give you a connection to the reading. We're looking at your no contact situation. Are they missing you? I want to know all of the things. So in a circle of protection, let's pull some charms. They didn't want to come out. They did not want to come out. So we've got Taurus. I'm going to put them all around here, around the little cat. We've got Virgo. I got that off Amazon. I remember someone asking me not so long ago, Gemini. Maybe I should put the link on my website. I don't know. So we're looking at your no contact situation. I want your charms to give you a direct connection with the reading, signs and symbols that this reading is for you, and me insight into what is going on with you and this person. Okay, so we've got all of the whys. Why? I've got 3 whys. That's weird, isn't it? Never give up. It's maybe a bit of a thing for you both. We have an M. Well, it's a W, isn't it? But when it was on the table, it looked like me. Me. Someone's all about me. But it's a W. We. It should be we, not me. Wow. E. I'm just giggling. I've got the giggles. We've got an I. I don't have the giggles. We have lots of Y's. So the Y's for me are either the letter, or it could be the word Y, or it could be yes. It could be the universe saying, why? Why are we here again? Why? Why aren't they talking to you? What's going on? Why didn't that why want to stay over there? Never give up. Never give up. What is it that we're never giving up on? I don't know. Who is thinking about me when they should be thinking about a we? Maybe this person just thinks about themselves quite a lot when they should really think about the both of you, or maybe take your needs into consideration. That's what's coming up. So if any of them mean anything to you, just let me know. Maybe it's someone that's got 3 Y's as an initial. That would be 1 in a billion, wouldn't it? I don't know. 1 in something. So I'm going to split the deck into four elements. for seasons, most importantly for angels, offering us a circle of protection so we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and an open mind. We want to know what's going on with your no contact situation. Are they missing you? Are they thinking of you? Are they going to reach out to you? All of the things. I want to know everything. Down this side is you. Down the far side is them. Down the middle is the connecting energy. And then we're going to go further future, further future, further future. There we go. Right, well that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just taking a moment to center my energy a little bit. So you've recently had the Six of Bows to do with this, which is feeling like this was in quite a nice, happy place. They had the Eight of Vessels, so they were putting this in a very nice, happy place. That sounds really rude. I don't mean that to sound rude. And if it doesn't sound rude, then you don't have a dirty mind. Which is a good thing, keep that. The Shaman reversed. I don't know if this has been a friends with benefits kind of situation, but it feels like you were getting quite a lot out of it and they were putting quite a lot into it. But the Shaman reversed in between you both in the recent past has been a lack of commitment, a lack of confidence, a lack of really being aware of the potential here. And they were saying all the right things and doing all the right things, and you were in a really happy place to do with this connection in the recent past. So why are you not talking at the moment? I'm not sure. They have the Three of Bows. You have the Ace of Bows. You're still holding on to hope that it's coming back in again. And then the Knight of Vessels reversed is in between you both. And it's reversed. And it feels like a blockage. You're still living out hope that they're coming back in again. You still got the hots for them. You still want them. You still want the things. You still fancy them. But you feel like it feels like they're weighing up their options. They're surveying, keeping their options open. If this is like a friend with benefits thing, I can see why you're so confused, because when they put the energy in, yeah, it feels great, but they don't commit to it. They don't. And then when they don't want when they don't want those benefits, they put all the walls up and they don't let you cross them. But there's still this hope for you that maybe you'll make them change your mind. I don't know if they've ever said they don't want a relationship, but it feels like they slip into this place of actively seeking a relationship while saying to you they don't want a relationship, or doing all of the relationship things without a relationship. It's like you're on the sidelines a bit, and it feels like they put a block up, and it feels with the Knight of Vessels reversed, they're having all of the naughty stuff without any of the romance. And it's not that they don't want romance. They just don't want to put romance here because it'll be confusing. But they're happy to do all of the relationship things without the relationship. And I can understand why you're confused. I can totally understand why you're confused. Because it's confusing, isn't it? Because you catch feelings. Even if you went into this thinking, yeah, we're not going to be in a relationship, I think you've caught feelings. And they're very busy denying any feelings. So in the near future, you've got the Three of Stones reversed, which is slipping into this place of resentment to do with this, because you want them to be part of your team. You want to build something for them, with them, and you want them to be on board with it. And it's this feeling of resentment of, what do I need to do to make you see me as a valid relationship? And even though they're adamant, it feels like they're quite adamant with you that don't want a relationship, but you know that they're looking. And it may just be that they're not even looking for a relationship. They're just, I don't know, they enjoy the looking for the relationship without it leading anywhere. I don't know. It feels messy, and it feels confusing, and it feels you deserve better. You don't deserve to be in a connection where you're feeling resentment towards the other person, because yeah, it feels great and you both have the chemistry, and when things are working, it works great. I can see that. I can't see that, but I can see that's there. I can't see the things that you do. I don't want to know the things that you both do, but I think you have a lot of fun together. And it's frustrating because it feels like you two have this fantastic banging connection, right? You do. And and I know, and everyone else knows, it's very rare to have that chemistry with someone. But this person's thinking, well, I've not found the one yet. And you're thinking, well, I found the one. I'm just waiting for them to realise that I am the one. And if this person thinks that they're going to have this kind of connection with anybody else, they're going to be very disappointed because they haven't found it yet. And I've got a feeling they've done a lot of looking and a lot of testing. And there doesn't seem to be anyone that fits a relationship for them. And it doesn't feel like there's very many people that last more than once. I'm being really crude, but it's kind of what's coming in, and I don't like talking like this. I know there's tarot readers that do like the dirty reading, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. My kids sometimes watch this, and I don't. But that's what's coming in. It feels like, yeah, and you're the one that they keep coming back to you. You're the one that's there. Because I think that other people that they've been connected to, they don't last long. They don't. It's just getting really bad. They don't stick around. They don't go back for seconds. They don't, because the connection's here. But what do we do? How can we convince that person of this? I don't know. I think they're going to get to a point in their life where they realise that everything that they ever were looking for is here. And that's frustrating that they don't realise that. But they don't realise that. So you're moving on to feelings of resentment because they're not working in part of your team. They've got the Four of Vessels reversed, which is their energy dips. And they come back in again. And in the near future, they're going to reach out to you again because they miss you. Because this chemistry that you've both got, they don't have that with anybody else. They haven't found that with anybody else. I don't know if they want a relationship or if they just want to be, they don't want to be committed. I don't know if they just like having freedom. I don't know. But I do know that they keep coming back. And I don't think they do that with anybody else. I just don't think they do that with anybody else. They get drawn back in again. But you're going to be moving into this thing of, do I only ever hear from you when you're bored? Do I only ever hear from you when you haven't found somebody else? Am I always just the fallback person? Am I just always the person that you're going to fall back to because I'm going to say, yeah, because I'm hoping that this time might be the time that you figure out that we're madly in love with each other and we should be together. Because when you are together, you do get a lot out of it. It feels great. But then when them feelings of resentment start building, that's quite a toxic feeling. And there's not much that you can do to stop that feeling of resentment. And it's their own fault. You're moving on to the Five of Vessels reversed, which is learning from the past. Loss, regret, and new hope. I love the artwork on these cards. But we've got, it's reversed, so it's like learning from this cycle, because it does feel like a cycle. Because of course it's a cycle. You rock their world. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're the best that they've ever had, and you're the best they're ever gonna have. And they're never gonna have this connection with anyone else. They're never gonna have the sessions that you both have. They're never gonna have that with anyone else. But it's a cycle that's becoming really quite painful for you, because off they go again, you know. And it's going to take you holding out for, if you want a relationship with this person and you want that, maybe you need to stop doing the other things and say to them, if they try and cross the line, say, I only do that if we're in a relationship. Because how things work between the both of you, they don't have that with anybody else. So if you cut them off in that way of, yeah, I'm still here, I'm still your friend, but we're keeping it clean unless we're in a committed relationship, how long would they last? Because that urge of being with you, that's real. That's, I don't know. They've got the Knight of Stones reversed at the point where it feels like you closing cutting off the cycle, and it's them acknowledging they're going to have to do something different to get what they want. And then the Eight of Bows reversed in between both is kind of like you're not in a hurry to reply to their messages when you think they're coming in for all of the nice things, and it's a bit of an ultimatum. It feels like a bit of a, I'm not doing that anymore unless you're actually committed to me. If you're not committed to me, I'm not doing it. Go do it with somebody else. Yeah, they'll probably go and do it with someone else, and that'll be really rubbish because it's not as good as with you. It's not. They don't have that connection with anybody else. They just don't. I'm just sat here thinking, how long is it going to take them to realise that? They're moving on to the Green Man. We've got the Nine of Vessels in between you both. Then we've got the Seven of Vessels reversed. Which, you know, is the fantasies and the recklessness that they have with you. And then they've got the Green Man, they're coming back to claim it. And then we've got the Nine of Vessels in between you both, which is wishes being granted, happiness and satisfaction. You need to stop doing the things outside of a relationship. If you want a relationship with this person, stop doing the naughty things outside of a relationship. Tell them the terms and conditions of a relationship is you get to do these things with me. If you're just a friend, you don't get to do these things with me. And it's you setting those boundaries, and you can't just say to them, don't ask for those things. When they ask for it, you have to say no. You have to say, no, I've set my boundaries. Yeah, we've done all of those things before, but I want a relationship. And if you don't want a relationship, go and do them things with somebody else. Because it's getting to the point where I'm hurting, where it's hurting. At the moment, there's no contact. Are they missing you? Yes. Do they think about you? They probably even think about you when they're with other people. And that's the thing that's annoying. You know, that's the thing that's annoying. Because you do things for them that other people don't do. And I don't want to know. You don't want me to know. But it feels nice. It feels like you just need to stop going along with something that you don't want in the hope that, oh, this time, maybe after this time, you know, it'll be a relationship this time. No, because every time you've done it before like that, it doesn't turn into a relationship. You need the relationship so that they can, you know, get the treats. If they want the goods, they need to commit to it, you know. And I think there's enough of a connection here between you both that, yeah, do you know what? They might just make this relationship phobic person commit. But then you have to decide what the boundaries are. Because if you don't want an open relationship, tell them you don't want an open relationship. If you want to do that, do that. You have to decide what you want, and you have to be. And if you're happy to not be in a relationship, and every now and again do the things because it feels great, do that. Whatever it is that you want, do that. But if you want the relationship, stop doing naughty things without the relationship, because they're not going to commit that way, because they're getting what they want. And then off they go again to try and find someone else that has a connection like you, and they don't, and they can't, and they just haven't figured it out yet. 6 materials, give and take. Knight of emotions. Yeah, there's such a nice connection here. 2 materials, 2 people, give and take. Give and take. Bit of compromise, you know. I do think that if you start putting the boundaries in, and you start like, well, no, we're not in a relationship, so I'm not doing that, they're going to be, okay, you know, give them a bit of time. I think it would come around. The Hanged Muse making a sacrifice to move forward. The Emperor reversed. They're being unreasonably selfish right now. And the Empress is reversed. Both of them are reversed right now because neither of you are in a relationship. Stop doing the adult things without the relationship if you want to be in a relationship. Because this is stopping your growth. It's stopping the connection growth. 2 people with a connection like this, if you both actually committed to one another, you could have an amazing relationship if you both were on the same page. At the moment, you both seem to be on the same page of they're a relationship phobe, and they don't want a relationship, and you don't want to not do the things because it feels nice and it feels great, and why shouldn't you want to do those things? But then you want the relationship to go with those things. And at the moment, you're letting them have the sweets without the key to the door, you know. Page of Voices reversed, feeling let down. The Muse of Materials, security, and the World. I think you need to cut them off. Not like cut them off, like still be there for them, but be good. Put boundaries in. Say, when they're trying to push it, say, are we in a relationship? No, well, you sit there and be quiet then. You're not touching me. And then see how frustrated they get and see where it goes from there. Are they going to reach back out? Yeah, of course they are. They're sowing their wild oats right now, doing whatever they're doing, not having a good time like they do with you. You two are meant to be together. They just need a little bit of a help to figure it out. But you've got to stop giving in to them. If you don't, well, you don't have to, but you know, I do think I'm repeating myself, but it's the message. You do whatever makes you happy. And let's face it, like, if you say no, you're going to be missing out on something that I know that you quite like, but that may be a sacrifice that you have to make, you know. And then give it a think, oh, well, we'll see how long. Just, you know what I'm saying. So we've got the light, seeing the light. You're both drawn together. You've probably been together in a past life. Conflict and defeat. Emotional withdrawal. They're going to sulk. When you first reject them, you may have already done it before, but when they come in, they're like all hot and horny, and you're like, no, I don't want it. They're going to take it very personally, and they're going to sulk, and they're going to be quite wounded by that, because it feels great. You two together feels wonderful. And they're going to be, why don't they want that? So you have to say, I'm not doing this because we're not in a relationship. You have to tell them what is stopping it. You know, you can say, I'm single, we're not in a relationship, so I'm not doing this. And they're going to have to go away and scratch their head. Balance is going to come in. Stepping into your power, because you have it. And rejoice in celebration, harmony. Rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, absolutely. Spiritual union. You two are meant to be together. If you want a relationship, hold out for a relationship. Their pride's going to be injured though if you just say no, don't want it. You have to tell them why. Say that, well, I do want it, but I want a relationship. If you just reject them, they may think that you don't want them anymore. So don't just do that. Anyway, I'm going because this is a lot. Very Pacific reading. I think, you two just get on really well together. They'll be back. Of course they'll be back. Even when they go away with an injured pride, because when you say that, oh no, well, they'll go, right, well, I don't want a relationship, then they'll come back again. They will come back again because the connection that you both have, they've never had that with anybody else. So there we go. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so that your angels can take you on your way. If you would like to claim the reading, put a like on the video. If you would like to support the channel, put a like on the video. If you want to subscribe, turn your notifications on. It really does help me get into your algorithm. But I totally understand if you don't want to. That's what I've been here 2 years and I'm still a very small channel because I talk you into it and then I talk you out of it. So I'm not very good at promotion of myself. Just come in and watch a reading when you need a reading and do what's right for you. If you see purple hearts in my comments, they're an awesome bunch of people. You're now part of a secret purple heart gang. Other people that like listening to my wittering. I'm not sure why, but some people do. I will see you soon. You can help support this channel for free by liking and subscribing. It's as easy as that. I don't have a Patreon and I don't have a membership. I want to keep this channel free for everyone to access. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Personal readings are available from my website, hopetarot-daily.co.uk. My diary opens on a Monday and it's first come, first served, so book early in the week if you're hoping to get a reading. Don't forget how strong you are. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you soon.